G'day, it's Dante. I thought I'd pop in and just show you a little feature that I've been updating in my Vibe Post app. If you use a lot of different AI tools, I don't know, this could be of interest to you, but what I'd like to do is show you something which I've used because I use it all the time with clients and I use it for myself all the time too. So I'm going to pop into Vibe Post here. And once you log in, and I've got free access for you if you want to have access to that. It's free up to a certain point anyway, but I can give you some pro features for free just by giving you the pilot sign up, which is free until the end of October this year. Enough of the pitch. Here's what we're doing. Okay, we're using the Vibe Plan option in here. So it's either here through the main menu here or over on the left. I go by the left. It's been updated. And what this is a part of this system that's designed to help you better plan your social media each week by understanding a combination of your core topics, your values, the things that make you you and make your business yours, and 5 key questions that I've sort of taken in from different sources around the web. And what it does, it gives you something systematic to produce that content. That's going to give you a bunch of suggestions for how to write that as well. So I'm going to hit let's begin. And then it's going to ask me first for a core topic. So it needs to be broad enough so you don't get stuck repeating the same stuff over and over and over and over, but specific enough so that you are known for that. Okay. So I'm going to take maybe 2 of my topics, right? I'm going to take personal branding, if I can spell it right. And the second one I'm going to put in there is public speaking. They're kind of related to each other. And then once I've got those in, I might say public speaking confidence, and I'm going to say personal branding for solopreneurs. I want to get specific, but still have room to move a little bit. Once I've entered that in, let's continue. Now it's going to ask me is to select my core values. I'm very tight on what my core values are. So I'm going to select those. You select 3 of these because what you're trying to do is get 2 of the topics, 3 of the values, and 5 of the questions. So it goes into like a rotation. So let's there's a bunch of preset values you can select from here. Accountability is one of mine. Another one is effectiveness, if I can find it. There it is. And the other one that I'm really big on is approachability. So I'm just going to see if I've got it in here. If not, that's okay. I can add a custom one here and write in approachability. So I've done this actually before. Approachability. Again, typing, not my strong point. So let's see how it's selected all 3 of those there. Now I can go continue. And you can change these later on. Like you can run this as many times as you like once you got access to the system. What it's going to give me here is some content questions. So the first one, what can I teach? Which is a bit like, it's literally what can I teach people about those areas of topics I've got. And I've got a bunch of examples here you can pop up, how I streamline my morning routine to save 2 hours a week, how to create a home office that actually boosts productivity. Second one is what have I noticed? So some content that you've noticed in your life and it ties back into your core topics. So again, I've got examples here. Something interesting I observed about remote work culture this week. Number 3, how do I think differently about this? This is where you take a little bit of a contrarian approach to the topic. So while everybody else is saying do this, you're saying, hey, maybe just look at doing that. Examples here, why I stopped following the hustle culture advice that everyone preaches and why work-life balance is the wrong goal entirely. So they're things that people have very strong set opinions about and that you're going to go against the grain. What you can deliver as a list is literally just numbers, right? 5 books that completely changed how I approach leadership. 7 signs it's time to pivot your career strategy. And then I've got how did all this happen? And that's like a storytelling. It starts at the end and goes back and asks the question, why did this happen and how I contributed to it? So the email that changed my entire career trajectory, that's a hard word, trajectory, and the mistake that taught me more about leadership than any book. So you don't need to put anything in here. That's just making you aware of what those are so you understand how to use them. And also so the system understands what to do with them. So I'll sit into the next bit, which is now looking at how many days a week would I like to plan for posts. So I'm going to say, let's say 5 days a week. I'm going to start on a Monday. No, I'm going to start on a Tuesday maybe, and I'm going to select the week that I'm going to start on as let's say the 1st of September. Monday's fine. I'll stick to Monday. Monday, 1st of September, and I'm going to generate a plan. This is going to give me 1 week of 5 posts. So here we go, almost immediately. If I read through this, I've got on the Monday the 1st, I've got personal branding for solopreneurs with the value of accountability with the what can I teach? And then I can then enter in a specific story I want to cover off in there, or I can just go really cold and just say, generate some kind of idea for me. So most people will probably just generate that idea. But once I get to the end of that week, I might want to do a month or 3 months worth of content. So to do that, I just add a week. And as you see now, adds another week, the week two, 8th to the 12th of September. I might add a third week and then a fourth week. And that'll give me roughly around about a month's worth of content, taking me out to the 26th of September. Pretty cool. Very happy with that. So now I've got all those ideas out there and how I'm going to rotate them. I want ideas on what to write, or I want to at least enter in some of my own. The first thing you'll need to do is select which AI model you want to use. Now, I probably encourage you at the moment to use GPT-5 because it's brand new, or Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro, or the Claude Opus 4. So it's actually Opus 4.1, the very new version of it. I like Claude as a writer, so I'm going to select that one. We can generate image ideas as well. I'm probably not going to do any with the images right now, but I'll do a couple of examples. So Google's Imagen 3, GPT-5, this will be now, not 4. Ideogram, I think, is really cool, but I'm going to use Google Imagen 4 Ultra. And I want my post to be a sort of medium length. I can use short, medium, or long there. So about medium's fine for something maybe like LinkedIn. So as we go down here, you'll notice I can export all my ideas to a CSV, which will go into basically like an Excel spreadsheet that you can then line it all up and then sort of add more to it and mark it off when you've finished it. Or you can export it to a PDF if you're sending it, say, off to a social media manager or to an outsourced team. So what I want to do here with what can I teach about accountability and personal branding for solopreneurs, I'm going to enter in here. I learned the hard way that you can't just rip people off and walk away. There are consequences. Now, I don't have to enter anything in here, like I said, but what I'm going to do is enter that and generate some text around that. So it's going to take that part of my personal story and then add a little bit to it. So building a personal brand is non-negotiable for solopreneurs navigating the crowded marketplace. It's not just about presenting a polished facade, only the hard way that shortcuts lead to downfall. You can't simply rip people off and expect to walk away unscathed. Genuine connections matter. Now, what I can also do, I'm going to copy all that in place because what I do is generate an image idea. So it's going to give me an idea here of an introspective solopreneur in a bustling marketplace sitting at a cluttered desk with personal branding materials. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to generate it. And it's going to give me an idea for an image. An image will appear there on the right-hand side, very cluttered. Open that up and that's looking pretty good. I can then download that image to go with my post if I wish to. And I've now got all this that I can copy and paste into any sort of scheduling software I might want to use, whether it's Buffer or TrueBlue Connect or something else like that. So it gives you the option to do that. Now, all I do now is repeat the story. I don't have to enter anything in here, but if I've got something that shows effectiveness in public speaking confidence, and it's a story about something I've noticed in someone, I can enter that story in and it will weave it in with the AI text. The new AI tools are simply amazing and they will really help to do that. Or I can just generate text based upon that general idea of public speaking confidence in effectiveness and what have I noticed. So this one says public speaking confidence isn't just a nice to have, it's a game changer in how we communicate and connect. Many professionals struggle with anxiety that hampers their effectiveness. So it actually will do part of that with you. And I can generate an image idea. It'll take an image idea from that text and say a dynamic scene of a confident speaker on a stage. Let's generate that one and see what it does. Now, I don't generally use the images from here, but you can. Like, this is a pretty damn good image. Like, that's fantastic. I don't know what the butterflies are doing flying through there, but hey, a little bit of magic doesn't hurt. But they are really good quality images using that ideogram. I can also change that if I want to go and say, go to GPT-4 or something like that, and then just remove that image and regenerate it to get another one from the different program. So getting it from GPT-4 or soon GPT-5 once I update it. There you go. So now I've got a really good photo of a woman speaking with some people facing the right way, some people facing the wrong way. Maybe they're at dinner tables at a large conference, but it gives you ideas for what you may want to put in your graphics with these social media posts. Like I said, you can then take all this and export it to CSV, and then that will give you a CSV file downloaded to your desktop that you can work with. So what I wanted to do is share with you Just a little something about how one of those features works that I've been teaching people for years on how to get more predictable about their social media, and something that isn't quite so much a hassle. They can just work with it and go smoothly with it without having to stress about, oh, what am I going to post this week? They can plan ahead and get more predictable around it. My name is Dante St. James. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.